Good morning, YouTube. It's your girl, Miss Honey. Happy Sunday, everyone. It's August 22nd. It seems like just yesterday it was Friday and it's already Sunday now. So, where did Saturday go? Today we're going to be talking about rest in Jesus. We had a good conversation yesterday on the 21st, talking about undeniable trust. And all of that talking that I did, I got a firsthand opportunity to uh, walk the walk, talk the talk. Firsthand opportunity, right? To trust, to show that I had trust and that I trust God to do and to know what is best for me. So that was super fun. But today we're going to be talking about rest in Jesus, and it comes from Psalms 91 and 1. Psalms used to be my favorite book, I think, coming up as a child. One, you could throw a Bible across the room and it opened to Psalms. I mean, Psalms is a huge chapter, but it was always very poetic. Psalms and Proverbs, to me, very poetic books, and I used to enjoy reading them like story time. I was an avid reader as a child, anyway, but yeah. So Psalms is one of my favorite books. The morning version of Psalms 91 and 1 is the New King James Version, and the evening version of Psalms 91 and 1 is NRS as in Sam, V as in Victory, NRSV version. Super small passage, so let's get started. Psalms 91 and 1, the New King James Version reads, He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Oh, see, I love the words. He who dwells, huh? In the secret place of the Most High. Not he who hangs out in occasionally, but he who dwells there of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Dwell and abide. The text says, Have you ever been awake when you think no one else is? Maybe you had an early morning flight. You feel you are the only person who could possibly be stirring at that hour. It feels like it feels kind of magical, doesn't it? It's like you have an unshared secret. Regardless of you being a night owl, morning person, or somewhere in between, there is a peace that comes with meeting Jesus in secret. When your world has stopped for a while, we need spiritual food to conquer each day. Wow, I like that. Regardless of you being a night owl, morning person, or somewhere in between, there is a peace that comes from meeting Jesus in secret. When your world has stopped for a while, we need spiritual food to conquer each day. Our prayer for this morning is, Jesus, I'm glad to have this moment with you. Thank you that even a small amount of time with you gives me the courage to face this day with confidence and serenity. The evening version of Psalms 91 and 1, the NRSV version reads, You who live, huh? Huh? You who live in the shelter of the Most High, who abide in the shadow of the Almighty. The text says, relax. This is another moment in your day when you have chosen to be uplifted in time spent with Jesus. Whatever it looks like, rising early or staying up late, taking a work break, a study break, or a people break, finding that quiet is where you can actually acquire strength. Jesus will meet you in that quiet space, fill you with peace, strength, and love to go out and conquer the world. Carry this confidence into your day tomorrow. The prayer for the evening is, God, thank you for another moment with you. Give me your strength as I rest here quietly with you. What a beautiful prayer. The question for ourselves today is, can you find daily quiet time to meet Jesus? We've talked about how I experience a time of worship and conversation with God. It's in the morning. I'm a morning person. I like super early, like way too early sometimes. But I love the morning for all of the reasons that the writer talks about here in the first passage. Uh, it's quiet, you know. My grandmother used to be up hours before everyone else, and she would have had coffee and a little something to eat. And so by the time we get up and get moving, she's already on to the next thing. She's already done a bunch of stuff. I've always loved early morning jobs. But my mom is a night owl. My mom used to pray and walk the floors at night as I when I was a child, and she would walk in and out of our rooms. They were connected, and she would walk through that loop, and she would pray. And see, my dad worked at night for some time. Even with that, he'd just go to bed, you know. And still to this day, you know, almost 80 years old, she still is up all night, you know, and she sleeps till late afternoon. But that's when she reads and she worships and she prays. You know, that's her time. That's her peak time. You have to find what works for you, you know. Um, it's difficult for me to lay in the bed without pulling out my phone. I typically don't lay in the bed and just look up at the ceiling. My sister can just lay in the bed in a quiet room, just lay in the bed and just stare up at the ceiling and listen to what's going on outside of her door. Like, I'm a up and Adams, you know, spread the bed up, throw the curtains open, you know, type of person. But you have to do what works for you. The most important thing is to find that time, eke out that time. I had a friend who worshiped all the way to work every morning, who would turn her radio off and just drive, um, sitting out on the back patio. You have to find that little bit of time for you and God, you know, and it is such a private and personal time that you have with Him that you'll find that without it, if you go a couple of days without it, you feel, you know, like you're away from your power source. Even though He's everywhere, right? This little personal time does energize you in a different way, you know. So it's been raining here in Georgia, and I know most of the Northeast is getting hit by Henry. If you have a moment on a rainy day to listen to some beautiful worship music, have a cup of coffee, um, a little quiet time to yourself to uh, talk to God and listen to Him talk to you, uh, I encourage you to do so, you know. And if you like, I'd love to hear how you eke out personal time. Like, what's your peak time? What's a time that energizes you and makes you feel really happy and is just like your strongest moments are overnight, middle of the day, when the sun is high, early in the morning when the dew is still on the leaves. I'd love to know. You put it down below for me, okay? My mother also really thrives around water. It's something about water that she just loves. She loves to pray around water. And you have a lot of people who are fortunate enough to go out on a lake, or they go out to the beach every morning. They take a walk and they do their prayer time there. So I'm interested in hearing how you eke out that personal time for yourself to dwell in the secret place of the Most High. Um, I'd love to know that. That would be super interesting to me. My prayer for you today is that God will make time, make room, make space for you all to come together. That He will eke out a space for you to dwell. Even in the midst of chaos, and a lot of homes are jam packed right now. Families have had to come together and live in the same communal space for whatever reason, right? It can be hard. I pray that God makes space and makes time in your life for you and He to dwell together, for you and Him to abide under the shadow, right? That's my prayer for you. I pray if you've already got time and you've already got space, that it becomes sweeter, more lovely, more wonderful with every passing day. That's my prayer for you today. I love you guys so much with the love of the Lord. Listen, nothing you can do about it, okay? That's that on that. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a beautiful, amazing day today, you guys. All right? And until next time, honeybees, I'll holla.